Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been like a hot minute since I vlogged. I believe my last vlog I was talking about the twist rose key. Was that the last one I did? So I know I was gonna try and vlog every week this year, but that didn't happen. We had a party followed by just a week of me dealing with the worst seasonal affect that I've had in a long time. Today's vlog, gonna make this easy peasy. I am going to review Wish yarn. I don't even remember how many different yarns from Wish, and I was gonna take a look at them. Let's get going so we can take a look at these yarns, we can take a look at what they're like, and then you can make a decision on whether or not this yarn is something you wanna get. I'm gonna start with just kind of, it's all like piled, like this is ridiculous how much, this is all yarn from Wish that I've bought over the last 3 months, and I just kind of been stockpiling it for when I'd had a good variety. So I'm going to start, and I have a little more of this down near the bottom because I ordered some pink a little while back in this yarn, but I'm going to start with this real pretty, oh, I think I see the pink. Let me see if I can get it out. I ordered 10 skeins of this yarn, and what it is they say it's wool. It might be, but I don't think it is. I think this is acrylic. In some countries, I believe in the UK or something like that, yarn is all called wool, whether it's made of wool or not. So that might be where this kind of, why I'm looking at something that they say is wool and it doesn't feel like wool. It doesn't smell like wool. I haven't tried the burn test yet because a lot of these were still in plastic for this vlog. But what it is it's this, and you'll see them because they are all it's very easy to tell that this is like a specific kind of yarn. And it's yarn that has this tinsel spun into it that is holographic, or this one's very rainbow. It's not holographic, it's obviously a tinsel that has been colored in like a Roy G. Biv rainbow. And I got 3 of the pink, 3 of the purple, and 4 of the green. Now the purple and the green, I don't know if it's the color that they're on, but they definitely look a little more like a holographic and not just a rainbow tinsel. I've learned, thanks to Simply Nailogical, there's a difference between rainbow and holographic. Holographic changes with the light, so I think these are supposed to look like they're holographic. The listing said they're holographic, but they're really not. They're just rainbow, because one section doesn't change with the light. It's all like, if you look at one section, you tilt it, it stays the same color. So, but I got quite a bit of it, and there's 3 things I want to say about it. Number 1, listing said that it was wool. It is most certainly not wool. Number 2, listing said it was holographic. It is not. The tinsel in it is not holographic. 100% not holographic. It does have a very holographic feel to it in the way that all the different colors catch light, but it's definitely not. Number 3, the picture. This is my nicest one. Most of these skeins came kind of like this, very loose. This one came like this, not even twisted. It's going to take me a while to get these in like a ball form. So this was the only one that came looking very nice, but I can tell you the listing picture of this, and this is a problem that I've had. Oh, I have 1 more purple. I had 4 purple. The listing picture of this, and this is a big problem on Wish yarns, that I've noticed so far. When they're skeined like this, when they're in the little twisty, this kind of skein, they always look way more full in the pictures. In the pictures of this yarn, there's twice as much yarn. But I caught this when it was on a really good price. These were $1 each, and then $1 shipping. So it's $2 for what is a very pretty yarn. But I need to do the burn test and see if it's acrylic, because if it's acrylic, I can't wear it directly against my skin. Those are the 3 major problems with this yarn, and that problem with this hank looking much bigger in the picture definitely is a common problem with Wish. However, I will tell you that the weight that they give you is accurate. They'll tell you if it's 50 grams, they'll tell you how many grams it is. It's always the same number of grams that they say. So that's good. Every time I've gotten yarn from Wish, the amount that's listed in actual numbers is the same. So look at that before you look at the way the skeins look in the picture. But obviously I was really into this yarn. I got a lot of it. I found that extra purple, so I have 11 skeins of this stuff. The purple and the green, I was going to make something for my daughter and then make myself something. More than likely I was going to make myself like a shawlette, and I was going to make my daughter like a little sweater, because purple and green are her favorite colors. And then the pink, I was going to make her some mittens and a hat. So we'll see. She's already got a pink hat though, so that might end up changing. I might just end up making her like a sweater as well, because you know, she's 4 and spring's coming and I'm not going to want her wearing a heavy coat or her big fleece poncho that I made her. So maybe we'll start I'll make her some more sweaters and she'll have some nice cardigans to wear in the spring. Next I'm going to do the yarn that I bought some of this when I first started buying things off of Wish. I've bought quite a bit of this yarn. I've used quite a bit of this yarn. I use it for my fingerless mitts that I sell on my Etsy and at craft shows. I don't have any up on my Etsy right now because I sold them all. And what it is it's a long colorway, this beautiful long colorway yarn, and they come in a variety of colorways that really pop. These have come, every single one of these that I have bought, you can see the very beautiful colors. The colors are very accurate. When you look at the pictures online on the Wish app, or if you're browsing on your computer, the colors are always very accurate. So I got this muted Roy G. Biv, and then I have a more standard Roy G. Biv. I got 2 of each of those. And the colors are very accurate, but one thing you'll notice if you buy this yarn is that one's already gone. This one didn't come with a ball band at all. These are all obviously the same yarn from the same main manufacturer, and the ball bands are all different. That's one thing I've noticed with these a lot. This happens a lot. The ball bands are all very different. So this is the next one that I plan on working with. That's why the needles are in it. And it's this very pretty purple, pink, blue, and there's some spring green in there. This is the same colorway. I just got a different part of it. And the great thing about this is it's self-striping, and the colorways are very, very long. So when I do my fingerless mitts, they're kind of short. I usually get through 3 to 4 colors maximum on it. So when I do the Roy G. Biv, I usually get, if I wanted to pair them up this way, I would get one of each color between the 2 mitts, and so they're not going to match, and people seem to really like that. So I've gone through 3 balls of this so far, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've gone through 3 balls and I have 8 more. So I bought quite a bit of this. This was another one. It was $1, and then I got it $1 shipping, so there were $2 each. And then I knit the fingerless mitts and I sell each pair for 10. So for me as a business owner, as somebody who's doesn't have wholesale yet, that's a really good price, and it works really well for me. So lots of very pretty colors. I need to get my hands on some of the other colorways. I do have a few that I want to try still, but I've been going with what my customers are going to like a little bit first. Okay, so the next yarn, and I just took this out of the plastic, unless you won't know that unless I edit it all out, but this is, oh gosh, what was this? This I believe is supposed to be wool, mohair, angora, and silk. I can't tell you for sure if it is because the ball band is all in Chinese. So, but that's what it looks like. You can see it does have a nice halo. I think that's where the mohair is coming in. I don't know what I'm going to do with these besides maybe put them in with another yarn to make my fingerless mitts. Maybe get like a nice lavender, like a very plain superwash, or not even superwash, or like a sock weight wool to go with this, because this is a very pretty grayish lavender color. The next one I'm going to talk about, they called this milk cotton on the site. And I believe that it is like a cotton wool acrylic. And I'm looking at the numbers, and the numbers and percentages aren't adding up. Did this one? Yeah, whatever that 8.5% is, it's not part of it. So the 30, the 20, and the 50. So the 20 is probably Angora on this one. Anyway, numbers aren't adding up. They weren't here either. They called this a milk cotton. Apparently it's cotton, and it's part cotton and part fiber made from milk. I've heard of milk fibers before. This does not feel like milk fibers. Milk fibers have a much better feel to them. They're much smoother. Even if this is the smaller amount, the 20%, it's still obviously not actually the milk cotton or the milk fiber, and which is too bad. But it does have very nice colors. These are all tonal. All of the ones I saw like this were tonal, so they were all one color, different shades, and they're all these last three that I did are all represented exactly, like the pictures of them are exactly like the balls, unlike the holographic rainbow tinsel ones. The next one is the one that everybody asks me about the most. And this is one where if you get them from the right manufacturer, you can choose whether you're going to get 50 or 100 grams. I got 100 grams. And super bulky. I have knit things with this already. You can go to my Etsy and see some things that I've knit with this super duper bulky. This would be really great if you're just getting into spinning too, because this stuff is basically roving that's had a very light spin put into it. So if you want to have a good starter for learning how to spin, you could probably get some of this, because there's really nothing in there holding it together, so you could spin it out a little bit thinner if you want. But I've knit with this before. It's hopefully the videos are doing it justice when I like squish it. This stuff is so squishy. It's warm, it's soft, it is actually wool. And the biggest issue is if you're going to get the 50 grams, you can usually get them for real cheap, $1 to $2 plus $1 to $2 shipping, which is a fair bit better than $14.99, which is the cheapest I've found this anywhere else, and that's before shipping. But if you want to get the 100 grams to save a little bit on shipping, because usually you can get the 100 gram ones and shipping's only $3, but the ball is usually like $5. So that makes it a little bit harder to kind of decide how you want to buy. And they do come in a variety of colors. I've gotten brown and like a wine red so far, and I love this stuff. This I would recommend if you're thinking about buying yarn from Wish. This one and these ones, definitely recommend them. This is just more of the milk fiber in a solid color. And this is completely different from this. Like these both said that they were milk fiber, and they're completely different. This one has different percentages on it. I think this was supposed to be milk fiber and bamboo. And it does feel like there's some bamboo in it, so that's possible. But it feels more like, instead of feeling like milk fiber, it feels like the microfiber yarn that used to be really popular that Lion brand came out with. It had a beautiful drape, but it was 100% acrylic. It was just spun a certain way. That's what this feels like, if you know what I'm talking about. Let's talk about what's going on with this huge pile I just took out. I wasn't even counting. I think I have like maybe 10 skeins of this. This is another one that's like this, and they looked a lot fuller in the picture. Not only that, this is the wrong colorway. This one was supposed to be a Roy G. Biv rainbow, and it's primary colors with teal and a little bit of green, but it's mostly like a teal. So this was supposed to be Roy G. Biv. I did not order this colorway. This is what I got. One of the problems with Wish, and you can't get your money back. It's impossible to get your money back. You just leave a bad review, and that's all that can happen. And maybe if the company really truly cares, and a few of them might, I don't know, I've never really done it that way. But if the company really truly cares, they might send you another one since it's so cheap anyway, but I doubt it. So this one has a lot of the same problems. Claimed it was wool. This one is 100% not wool. This is acrylic. This is definitely acrylic. I can tell you without a doubt, I can touch it, it is not wool. So most of the time I'm going to tell you if it says it's wool, it's probably not wool. These ones here are definitely wool, but I'm going to do the burn test on this, and I can tell you it's not wool. It's not wool. This is acrylic. It does have some really pretty colorways. Oh, here's the other one that was supposed to be Roy G. Biv and is just primary colors. So it does have some very pretty colorways. I really like this one. The purple and pink are beautiful. That green and yellow with it, that it just gives this very springy color. So my daughter doesn't have the same problems with acrylic that I do. So more than likely, this will become a very pretty sweater for her. More than likely, this one's going to be a pullover though, just because I don't like cardigans when they buttoning down the front and stuff with acrylic. I don't know. I feel like they pucker more or something. It's probably all in my head because I have issues wearing acrylic. I swear I'm not a yarn snob, you guys. I can't wear acrylic directly against my skin. I have plenty of hats made out of acrylic. I'm making Afghans out of acrylic. I love acrylic. I have sweaters made out of acrylic that I wear over shirts. It's fine. I'm not a yarn snob. If the yarn is pretty, I like it. But if something says it's wool, it should be wool, especially when you're somebody like me who's got problems with acrylic. I know more people have problems with wool though. See, I ordered 2 of the purple ones, 2 of the Roy G. Biv ones that weren't Roy G. Biv, and 4 of these pretty blue ones. I might make a shawl out of this. I really like the aqua-y colors. And of course I already have a blue tonal shawl that I made out of some of the Maharashtra silk. We'll talk about that some other time. And then we have green and brown. Not a lot of brown represented, but I have 4 of these too. So, Wish yarn. Let's give a quick overview. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for with yarn. With anything, you get what you pay for. And Wish is leaps and bounds less expensive. But these are all directly from the manufacturers. They're from the factory. More than likely the people making them aren't really living in great conditions, aren't working in great conditions. That's the way Chinese manufacturing is. If you're ordering something directly from China, more than likely you're not going to be very pleased with the karmic retribution of buying a ton of stuff from them, because the people who are making them are probably not making a lot of money. Especially at $1 a ball plus $1 shipping. You know? So yeah, I mean, I feel a little bad for ordering this much yarn on Wish. It's very easy to just go browsing on Wish, buy a couple of things, and leave it at that. And then 5 days later, you're like, what did I order? Okay, you can scroll through, you can look at what you ordered and be like, oh, you know, I didn't really spend that much. Maybe I could spend a few more dollars. Maybe I could spend a few more dollars. And then you get about $45 worth of yarn that you bought for super cheap. And now you don't know what you're going to do with it all. So the next thing I plan on doing is taking all of this yarn and making one pair of my fingerless mitts out of each kind. Even if I don't use each colorway, I'm going to use each kind, except for the super chunky, because that wouldn't make sense. So I might try each color, since my fingerless mitts only take about 50 yards of yarn, and I've got plenty for the things I bought this yarn for, but we'll see. So I'm going to make fingerless mitts from each of these types of yarn, and then I will get back to you on what I thought. So I think that's going to be all for today. The yarn vlogs, by the looks of my timer, are going to be kind of long. Sorry. Be My Full Moon on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, and I am at Aoray, AOURAI on Twitter and on Ravelry, and you can email me. That's bemyfullmoon@gmail.com. Just drop me an email if you maybe want to collaborate, if you want to talk to me about yarn, if you want to suggest something to me, if you want to talk true crime, if you want to talk podcasts. I'm going to do a podcast vlog soon. I listen to a lot of podcasts, you guys. So, and a lot of them are true crime or yarn related.